All right, that is a quick introduction. Let's move on. This session is dedicated for the examination details. Let's have a quick look at the agenda for this session. First, we will have a brief discussion about PMI and the PMP examination. Then, we will have a discussion about some of the frequently asked questions and answers related to examination, eligibility criteria, exam type, and fee structure. Lastly, we jump into the discussion about exam details such as type of questions, passing score, and some of the do's and don'ts. Let's briefly discuss about PMI. PMI, the Project Management Institute, is based out of United States. It's a non-profit organization, offers the PMP, Project Management Professional Certification. PMI has over 9 million registered members from over 180 countries. Not just the PMP, PMI offers many other certifications such as Schedule Management Professional to manage project schedule, RMP, Risk Management Professional for managing project risks. Not just in project management, PMI offers certification in program and portfolio management as well. Please visit pmi.org for more information. Let's talk about the PMP exam. No doubt, PMP is one of the toughest examinations. It's tough because many students don't understand the project management concept in the PMI's PMBOK way. What do I mean by that? First of all, what is PMBOK? PMBOK is the PMI's official document that talks about project management standard and framework. Okay, where do the students make mistake? Before I answer to that, a question to you. Be practical for a moment and answer it, okay? Normally, where do people learn about project management? I hope you're ready with your answers. Let me guess some of the possible answers. From the seniors, colleagues, maybe the organization send them for a project management training, which is most likely the specific project management training method that is practiced in the organization. There is one little problem in all this when it comes to PMP exam. So, when they start reading PMBOK, they try to impose what they know, tend to map those concepts with PMBOK concept. Don't do that. Why? Because the way you manage your projects may not be in line with PMBOK. This can make it difficult to understand the PMBOK concept. So start with an open mind. If the PMBOK concept matches with your current way of working, well and good. If not, quickly unlearn your way of doing things and learn the PMBOK way. This will make your learning faster. By the way, by now you'd have observed I don't say it as PMBOK, but as PMBOK. It's the way the PMPNs pronunciate it, so let's follow the same. Don't just read the PMBOK, understand it. I know it looks cliche, but that's the reality. Let me ask you a question. If you know that all the questions in the exam will be from a single book, what you do? Not just you, most of us tend to read the book meticulously from wrapper to wrapper. Many students apply the same even for the PMP exam. Don't do that. Well, for the PMP exam, of course, PMBOK is the base. But just by reading it, no one will be able to clear the exam. One need to understand the concepts and content with context. By the way, many people think that syllabus for the exam can be found in PMBOK. Not really. The syllabus for the exam can be found in Exam Content Outline, ECO. You can visit pmi.org to grab your copy. It's completely free. In fact, PMP exam questions won't be from theoretical point of view, but based on real world scenario. So, you need to understand the concepts presented in the PMBOK. Only then you will be able to answer those questions. Once you have a good understanding about managing project in PMBOK way and beyond, everything will fall in place. And this course will help you to understand every PMBOK concept. So you will be ready to face the exam. One great thing about PMBOK, the way it's structured. Even a new project manager can quickly grab the project management techniques by going through it. Of course, by going through it in the right way. So, before we jump into the next topic, I need your assurance that you will spend quality time while going through our discussion by taking a lot of notes, preferably in MindMap format. Please take this course as a serious one and make a steady progress every day and achieve your PMP certification. Good luck. Now, it's time to answer the fundamental questions. First, about the eligibility criteria. Am I qualified to write the examination? Let's get it answered first. PMI considers three things as eligibility criteria. First, educational qualification. Second, the project management experience in terms of both years and hours. And the third, the project management education hours. Let's break it down into more details. To be eligible for the exam, one should have at least a diploma or degree. The second, project management experience. Depending on the educational qualification, the minimum required project management experience in years and hours varies. For easy and better understanding, let's compare them side by side. If you hold a bachelor's degree or a global equivalent, then you should have at least 3 years or 36 months of non-overlapping project management experience and a minimum of 4,500 hours of project management experience in leading and directing projects. If you hold a school diploma or global equivalent, then you should have at least 5 years or 60 months of project management experience and a minimum of 7,500 hours of project management experience in leading and directing projects. What is non-overlapping? Let's talk about a single project first with an example. For simplicity reason, let's say you worked in Project X from the month of January till June. So in total, it's 6 months. Since you worked only on one project, there is no question of overlapping. The total project management experience is 6 months or 0.5 years. Let's convert them into hours. Generally, in a week, you can work for 40 hours. In a month, there are 4 weeks. So 4 multiplies 40 equals 160 hours in total for a month. For 6 months, 6 times 160 equals 960 hours. You may have one additional week for every 3 months, but for the simplicity reason, I skipped it. When you calculate your project management years and hours, please use a calendar and do the math properly. Now, let's look at the scenario where you worked on overlapping projects. Let's say from the month of July until December, you worked in Project A and in Project B in parallel. So, there is an overlap. Even though you worked in 2 different projects, in terms of duration, you worked only for 6 months. So, you can claim only 6 months, which is the actual duration as a project management experience. Do not calculate as 6 full months of project duration for Project A and 6 months of project duration for Project B. Practically, it's only 6 months in duration, right? Still looks confusing? Let's get into hours, then things will be a lot clearer. On any given day, you cannot work 8 hours in Project A and 8 hours in Project B, can you? You can work only 8 hours either in Project A or in Project B. So, you can claim only 8 hours for that day. Weekly, you can claim, let's say, 20 hours from Project A and 20 hours from Project B if you spend equal number of hours. Or 30 hours from Project A and 10 hours from Project B or any combination of that sort. But you cannot exceed 40 hours in a week. I think that's quite logical, right? So to summarize, you cannot count the overlapping years of experience in our discussed example, 6 months for Project A and 6 months for Project B. So in total 1 year. No, you can't do that. But you can count the number of hours, of course, without exceeding 40 hours per week. I hope you agree that it's logical as well. There could be another scenario of having gap in work experience. In those cases, if there is a gap in work experience, do not Again, I'm saying do not add them. They should not be part of your work experience either in terms of years or in terms of hours because you haven't worked during that period. No discussion. Full stop. I hope the calculation and the logic behind that is quite clear now. By the way, while counting the number of hours, there are few more points to be remembered. Let's look at it. Any project will have initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Even PMI divides the project phases into same five: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. To qualify for the examination, you should have experience in all five processes. Please note that it doesn't mean in all the projects in all five process group. Let me explain. It's quite possible that you might have worked only in execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing process group in project X, but not in other process group, that is initiation and planning. Whereas on another project, you might have worked only in initiation and planning, but not in others. PMI says that you must have worked in all five process group, but not necessarily in all the projects. I hope it's clear. Now, let's look at the project hours of a candidate as an example to see whether he or she is eligible to take the examination. Here is a summary hours of work experience of that candidate. 300 hours in initiation, 1000 hours in planning, 3750 hours in execution, 2250 hours in monitoring and controlling, lastly 200 hours in closing. So in total 7500 hours. He or she gained this experience by working between the year 2012 till 2016. It's 5 years in total without any overlap and without any work gap. So in total 5 years equals to 60 months of non-overlapping project management experience and 7,500 hours. So the candidate in the above example fulfills the eligibility criteria in terms of both number of years and number of hours. Here, it doesn't matter whether the candidate holds a bachelor's degree or diploma because the candidate already fulfilled the 7,500 hours mark. Do the math for your experience to understand whether or not you are eligible to take up the examination. Now, let's look at the third point, which is in the eligibility criteria, which is the project management education hours. Both for diploma and for the bachelor's degree, it's the same, 36 hours. By the way, by completing this course, you will get the required 36 contact hours. Of course, after you pass the final test. Yes, you heard it correctly. There will be a final test at the end of all our discussion. And you need to pass in the sample examination to get your 36 hours certificate. Now, let's talk about the syllabus. As mentioned earlier, you can find the syllabus for the PMP examination in the PMP exam content outline ECO. But the reference master is still the PMBOK, meaning the complete reference information will be from the PMBOK. Now, let's get into the details of exam fee. First, the membership benefits. PMI do offer membership like any other professional group. The membership fee is $129. Of course, at the time of this recording, you might ask a question, do I need to be a member to apply for the examination? The answer is not necessarily. You may or you may not be a member to apply for the examination. But there are multiple advantages by being a PMI member. First and foremost, in the examination fee. For PMI members, it's $405 and for non-members, it's $555. So by becoming a member in PMI, you not only save $21 in total in the examination fee, but also you get the latest PMBOK guide in the form of PDF as a complimentary copy where your name will appear on every single page. Apart from that, you get access to thousands of project management related resources as well for free. So I would strongly advise you to get your membership. The membership is valid for 1 year. So to utilize the membership benefit on the examination fee, you have to apply for the examination within 1 year. The 1 year class passes If you get selected for audit, we will discuss about audit shortly. Okay, how about the fee for non-members? As mentioned earlier, the non-members have to pay an examination fee of $555. They won't get the PMBOK guide and also no access to any of the resources. Alright, that's about the fee structure. Now let's talk about the examination details. There are two types of examination. The first one is computer-based online exam and the next one is paper-based exam. All the PMP exams are conducted by Prometric Center all across the world, of course at the time of this recording. In case if there is no Prometric CBT, computer-based test center is not available within 240 kilometers or 150 miles from where you live, then you can opt for paper-based PBT examination. In case if you need any information related to paper-based tests, then feel free to contact us, or for further information about PBT, please visit www.pmi.org and refer Project Management Professional Handbook. At times it can happen that some may not be able to clear the examination in the first attempt. It's okay, there is nothing to feel bad about it. It only indicates that more preparation is required. One can always retake the examination up to maximum 3 times in a year. In case if all 3 times nothing works out, then one has to wait for 1 full year before applying for the 4th time. While taking the re-exam, the exam fee for PMI members is $275 and for non-members it's $375. By the way, you can pay the exam fee in euro as well. Please feel free to contact us if you need any support related to the payment, or you can visit pmi.org for more information. So all the fee structure presented here are at the time of recording. So for the latest information about fee structure, I strongly recommend you to visit, you know where to go, right? Yes, visit pmi.org. Alright, enough basics. It's time to apply for the examination. Applying for the examination is done only through online. Yes, you have to apply for the exam only through online. All your educational qualification, project management experience, and project management education hours should be entered in pmi.org website as a part of exam application process. To organize all this information more efficiently and easily, I would advise to fill in the information offline first, then transfer them into online. There are hundreds and thousands of templates available in the internet, or you can make one for yourself. Remember, this is very important. In pmi.org, you can start and pause the process of filling the application, but you cannot delete and start all over again. So, better be organized first offline, then move to online. You have 90 days as time period to complete this application filling process. That is, from the day of start filling the information and click the submit button, you have 90 days. So recollect carefully all the projects that you worked in the past, fill in the number of years and hours you worked carefully. You must remember one thing, which is of course very, very, very important. Be truthful when you fill in the information. Fill in only the truth and nothing but the truth.